Gingerbread has decided to launch a new explosive attack on royal family in phone hacking trial. In a witness statement submitted before his civil claim against the Daily Mail publisher Associated Newspapers, Harry said that he accepted his family's rule to never complain, never explain when dealing with the media. I will be covering this today, but before and to open today's video, we have this tweet from Genevieve. Meghan has got to be the worst dressed celebrity I've ever seen. Sloppy, badly fitted, poor tailoring, wrong material and color. I have no idea what goes on in her head, but someone needs to tell her straight. Well, maybe Meghan took inspiration from one of these vases that you can find at a discount on eBay. I mean, not the color scheme or the shape. I'm talking about how empty it is inside. But to be fair, Meghan is not like that. She is full of herself. Welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And Harry also says that Britain is doomed if his high court privacy battle against the publisher of the Daily Mail is blocked. He was at court today for the second day of a preliminary hearing in his claim against Associated Newspapers Limited. And yes, he needed to make a fresh appearance for marketing purposes, because he might think that we are going to forget about him. We wish. In his witness statement, Harry says he is determined to pursue the legal claim to hold Associated accountable for everybody's sake. Well, we are used to Harry's regular hypocrisy, because who holds Harry and Meghan accountable for all the lies that they and their fans have spewed all these years? Do you know how much Harry loves to cry misinformation every time he can? But he will be the last person on earth to assume responsibility over his own words. That is what makes all this case so bizarre and outrageous, not to mention the spontaneous encounters with speed dial paps. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that Harry did not write his own statement. Maybe he hired a ghostwriter for this? There is obviously a personal element to bring in this claim, but it is not just about me. Yeah, we know you must include the wife, or else. There is also a social element, as if the most influential newspaper company can successfully evade justice, then in my opinion the whole country is doomed. I am bringing this claim because I love my country and I remain deeply concerned by the unchecked power, influence and criminality of Associated. The evidence I have seen shows that Associated's journalists are criminals with journalistic powers which should The evidence I have seen shows that Associated's journalists are criminals with journalistic powers, which should concern every single one of us. The British public deserve to know the full extent of this cover-up, and I feel it is my duty to expose it. And this is one strategy that I see with narcissists all the time, is using an external event to project righteousness, like you're the good guy and justice depends on you. And I can assure you that this is a public relations strategy. He doesn't really care about the lawsuit. Whatever harm they did, they cannot harm him anymore. Well, if Meghan doesn't leak another story about him to the media, that is. Notice that he wants to make it seem like he's standing for justice for his country, or he's capable of doing as far as to blame his family for this. Gingerbread said the royal family's strict no-comment policy meant that even the worst or most suspicious articles were often never brought to my attention. He also claims he lost friends and was consumed by suspicion and paranoia as he struggled to understand where stories about his life had come from. Notice a pattern? It is being hell-bent on spinning the narrative in a way that perpetuates the rift between him and the royal family. And as he already said that silence is sometimes betrayal, now it's the same for the no-comment policy. Montecito moron number 2 went as far as saying the institution made it clear that we did not need to know anything about phone hacking, and it was made clear to me that the royal family did not sit in the witness box because that could open up a can of worms. I'm gonna tell you what is a can of worms, Harry. The real can of worms is right below your jacket lapel. Thanks to Nancy Sidley on Twitter, who brought this to my attention the moment when Harry was at the Queen's funeral and he was adjusting his Netflix mic. Because what other thing can it be? If it were glasses, most jacket pockets are not that close to the lapel, and those pockets are usually big enough for glasses to go all the way inside. So you are the one who is claiming privacy, Harry? By the way, take your time to subscribe to the Sidley twins on YouTube, link in the description of this video. I bet Hassa doesn't even know how many times he was allegedly hacked. Catherine, on the contrary, can boast about being hacked 155 times. Former News of the World Royal editor Cliff Goodman hacked Catherine's phone 155 times, a court has heard. He also hacked Prince William 35 times and Prince Harry on 9 occasions. The court heard how Mr. Goodman hacked Miss Middleton on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day in 2005, more than 5 years before she married Prince William. He also hacked her on 7 August 2006, the day before he was arrested over allegations of phone hacking. Meanwhile, Meghan made sure to walk at a snail pace to her yoga class to make sure her speed dial, camera-wielding friends had all the opportunity they needed to take the perfect shot. I cannot imagine the amount of willpower this must have taken to not look straight into the camera and give her best smile. Spontaneous. And today, in things that never happened, now Meghan doesn't want Archie and Lily to see King as she blames him for Megxit. These are the claims of a psychotherapist who describes himself as an energy and emotions specialist. I should think of describing myself with something as catchy as that. The problem is that I will be saying things like this. Harry needs to think strategically now and focus on the next chapter, not try to deny things that may have happened in the past. What he needs now is to focus into his inner power to look forward and to not hold the past in the present. If he doesn't, this is going to eat him up even further. Therefore, he needs to notice and focus on the good things. My God, this supposed psychotherapist would be a perfect match with the word salad duo. Although I'd better not give them any more ideas. I don't want another live therapy session. And this caught my attention too. Dominic Raab, honored to have a member of the royal family attend a reception of international justice ministers following last week's war crimes conference in support of International Criminal Court. Thank you to the Duchess of Edinburgh for meeting ministers, delegates, and ICC prosecutor Karim Khan. Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Edinburgh looked really great at this event. She's got class. It shows. And I only saw this because Royally Blonde on Twitter asked the question if any Rota reporter had captured this, so I decided to go for it. Not that I'm much of a friend of the International Criminal Court, since I'm still waiting for them to do something about Maduro, but I'm hopeful. Nevertheless, this is the kind of news we need to share about the royal family, especially from the ones who put in the work to bring awareness to what's really important in this crazy world we're living in. And in news about the coronation, thanks to Jen Carson Taylor, this is awesome. Foreign royals set to attend King Charles' coronation. Members of foreign royal families are also expected to be invited to the ceremony in an historic break with tradition. Convention dating back centuries stated that a coronation should be a sacred ceremony between a monarch and their people in the presence of God. But King Charles is set to do away with the tradition and invite his counterparts from around the world. These news are thanks to The Telegraph, and on this list we can see names such as Crown Prince Frederick and Crown Princess Mary of Denmark, King Felipe and Queen Letizia of Spain, Princess Beatrix of the Netherlands, and Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako of Japan. Prince Albert and Princess Charlene of Monaco will attend, but only if the tabloids don't divorce them first. My Royal Rogues, remember to share your thoughts in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and remember, much love and bliss.